Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee, and welcome to this card making tutorial. This is the card I'm making today. It's this lovely birthday card that's using up my scraps. So I've cut my paper into strips, and this is actually the terrific toadstools, or the Toadstool Gardens Designer Series paper, I should rather say. And you can see here I've got a load of scraps from that paper. I'm going to cut these all into strips, and I'm just seeing how wide these strips are going to be, and I've cut them, roughly speaking. It's up to you how wide you want to cut your strips, but I cut mine into about a centimetre. So I'm just doing that now. You can also cut them to 1 inch if you're doing it in inches. That'll be roughly about 2.5 centimetres. It's really up to you what you want to do, how wide or you want your strips to be. There's no rhyme or reason, and I'm just going through all of my strips here and just cutting them down. Yeah, and there we go, as I said. And I'm just using a variety of different colours. All of these are from the same collection, so the colours and patterns should hopefully all work together. And you can see here I'm just trying to get a variety of patterns to work with. And I'm having a look. That should be enough to be getting on with, and I've still got a ton of strips left over, pits left over to make plenty more cards. So I love this Toadstool Gardens Designer Series paper. This is actually a freebie from Celebration. So during Celebration, for every £55 you spend, you can choose a free item for the catalogue, and this was one. So now I'm going to put some glue all over my piece of paper, and this piece of cardstock measures 14.35 centimetres by 10, and it's just a sheet of basic white cardstock that I've cut down. Now I'm going to take my first strip and I'm going to put a diagonal in the centre, and then I'm going to put another one at the top and below, and I'm just working along. Now I've decided I'm going to go in the opposite direction, and as you'll see with this card, I do change direction a few times. You can see how I'm going to continue down here. I'm going up along there, and as I go along I'm just going to cut off anything that hangs over the edge, and I'm also reuse some of that as well. Okay, so I just move those to the sides, and you can see here me reusing some of that pieces that I've cut off. So as I said, this is a really easy and fun way to use your strips. I'm in a mood to use up all of my scraps this year, or as many of them as I can, so you'll be seeing quite a few projects from me using up scraps, either strips or squares or circles of cardstock. But at the moment I'm very much onto a kick of using up or cutting all my cardstock into strips and doing it that way. So be it covering your whole piece of paper, as I'm doing now here with strips, or even as I've done before, covering with strips and then creating a new pattern and die cutting that out. There's just lots of different ways that you can use up all those scraps. So don't waste, don't chuck them away in the recycling. Keep them, and you never know what you might be able to make from them. So many different ideas, so many different crafts. Let me know, how do you like to use up your scraps? What's your go-to techniques? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, so we're nearly finished creating our background. I've got glue stuck to everything, including me, as always. Okay, so that is our background. And so now we are ready to start to make our card. So I'm going to set that out the side there, and I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. And we're going to stamp Happy Birthday, and that's from this With You in Mind stamp set, and this is new in the spring summer catalogue, and I love it. I like the font of these sayings, and give us a good ink up, and we're going to stamp this in Granny Apple Green ink. There we go. Isn't that lovely? Okay, and then I'm going to cut this out using the go-to Greetings of the Seasons matching dies. So by the magic of video editing, everything is cut out. So now I've got a piece here of Granny Apple Green cardstock, and this is cut to a standard A6 card base. That's an A4 sheet cut in half and then folded in half. Then I've got a piece here of basic white cardstock that measures 14.35 centimeters by 10, and I'm going to stick that on the inside here for my insert. So just going to do that quickly. Lovely jubbly. And then we're going to take that piece of paper that we put all of our strips on, that we've been spending all the time creating, and we're going to stick this on the front of our card, just like that. And I love it. It just reminds me almost of a patchwork quilt. I really like this technique. I'm just checking that everything's in the right orientation, that nothing looks like it's upside down or anything like that. And I'm just going in. I think I need to cut it down slightly just to make sure that it measures the right measurement of 14.35 centimeters by 10. So there we go. There was a little piece there that I had to take off, and now it's stuck to my trimmer. Oh well, I'll deal with that later. Not the end of the world, I assure you. Stick to me now as well. Such is life. Let's stick it down on the card before it causes any more mischief. Alright, there we go. So now time to build our focal image, and we're going to center it around our little sentiment here, and I'm going to use some of this new Daffodil Delight ribbon, and I'm just going to put it through the top here and just try and tie a bow. Just cut off what I think I'll need. I'm just trying to see where I've made my little tick in the cardstock of the holder of the ribbons to see whether I can slot it in so it doesn't unravel. I couldn't find it easily, so we'll deal with that later. And now I'm just going to try and tie my ribbon into a bow. As you know, I'm not the best at making bows, so do excuse the fumbling mess of this bow. Yeah, upside down bow, not the best thing, so let's try again. Hopefully second time's a charm rather than the third time. Okay, I said that a side bow will do fine even if it is a side bow, and I'm going to cut off the tails, and we're going to just say it looks cute, which it does, and we're going to leave it at that. Alright, now I want to pop this piece up, and I've got a piece here of adhesive foam sheet on the back, and I'm just taking the backing off, and I'm going to pop this up on my card at a little angle like that. And then out of the designer series paper, I have fussy cut some of these little toadstool images, as you can see here, and I just did this off camera quickly so you didn't have to watch. And then I'm just going to use these quickly to decorate around my sentiment. Now I should say, if you're enjoying this video, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, it's much appreciated. It really does help my videos become more visible. Okay, so we've got a little toadstools down there, and then we're going to put this little one to the other side. And I love the colours of these cards, they're so bright and happy, compared to the dark days at the moment. It's so grey and morose outside, and I think it need a little bit of colour in our card making to lift our spirits, I do say. Okay, so now we're just going to use some rhinestones here to give it a little bit of bling, because nothing can be diminished by putting bling on. It's always a great way to embellish a card, a great finishing touch. I'm going to put a little rhinestone there on the eye, and there we go. Isn't that cute? So, as I said, all the measurements, the supply list, everything like that is on the blog post, and you can find the link to that with all my social media links in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.